In this video, we're going to walk you through filling out Supplement B of the I-914 form, an important part of applying for the T visa. It's not required in order to fill for the T visa, I'm talking about a Supplement B, but it can be immensely helpful in getting your visa approved. Supplement B is a form completed by law enforcement in order to confirm that someone applying for a T visa is a victim of human trafficking and has cooperated with authorities. USCIS, not law enforcement, will decide whether the T visa is approved. To be eligible for a T visa, the applicant must show that they are a victim of trafficking, are in the United States because of the trafficking, and have cooperated with authorities. There are exceptions for minors or those who can't cooperate due to trauma. For all the details about T visa, check out the videos below. I'll drop a link in the description. This supplement doesn't depend on whether there's formal charge or the outcome of an investigation, giving the officer flexibility to fill out based on their knowledge of your case. Let's get started on filling out the Supplement B.
General Instructions Filing Fee, Check Form G, -1055 on www.uscis.gov/forms for specific information on applicable fees for this form, because things change, write or print clearly in black ink. If you need more space for an item, use the space provided in Part 7. Additional information or attach an extra sheet. Write or print the applicant's name and alien registration number A number, if known, at the top of each page. Include the page number, part number, and item number your answer refers to, and sign and date each sheet. Answer all questions completely and accurately. If an item doesn't apply, write NA. If the answer is none, write none. If you don't know the answer to a question, leave the field blank. Specific instructions. This form is divided into parts 1 to 7. Here's how to fill it out. Part 1. Victim information, full legal name. Enter the victim's full legal name as it appears on their birth certificate, passport, or other legal documents. If the victim has 2 last names, include them with a hyphen, if appropriate. Write or print the last name, first name and middle name in the corresponding fields. Other names used. Include all names the victim has used, including maiden names, nicknames, aliases, etc. Date of birth. Use 8 digits to show the victim's birth date. Gender. Indicate how the victim identifies. A number. Provide the USCIS file number, formerly INS if known. Social Security number. Provide the SSN if known. Part 2. Agency information, certifying agency name. The certifying agency must be a law enforcement agency at the federal, state, tribal, or local level, prosecutor, judge, labor agency, child protective services, adult protective services, or other authority responsible for identifying, investigating, and prosecuting severe forms of human trafficking. Name, title, and division and office of certifying official. Indicate the name, title, and division or office of the certifying official. Agency mailing address. Provide the agency's mailing address. Agency phone and fax numbers. Provide the phone and fax numbers with area code. Type of agency. Select the appropriate box. Case information. Provide the case status information and, if applicable, the case ID number FBI. Part 3. Claim statement, T visa qualification. To qualify for T non-immigrant status, you must have been a victim of a severe form of trafficking. Check all boxes that describe your situation. You don't need to have engaged in forced labor or commercial sexual acts to qualify for T non-immigrant status. Sex trafficking, commercial sexual acts induced by force, fraud, or coercion. This includes recruiting, transporting, providing, obtaining, or soliciting a person for the purpose of inducing a commercial sex act. Other. If you need more space, use Part 7 for additional information. Describe your victimization. Explain in detail what your trafficking situation involved and how it relates to the investigated or prosecuted crime. Use Part 7 if you need more space. Fear of retaliation. Explain if you have expressed any fear of retaliation or harm if you were removed from the U.S. Use Part 7 if you need more space. Dates of trafficking acts. Provide the dates the trafficking acts occurred. Legal citations. Provide the legal citations being investigated or prosecuted in relation to the case. Investigation or prosecution. Start date. Provide the start date of the investigation or legal process. End date. Provide the completion date of the investigation or legal process, if applicable. Part 4. Victims' cooperation. To qualify for T non-immigrant status, You must show that you have cooperated with reasonable requests from federal, state, tribal, or local authorities in the investigation or prosecution of the trafficking acts. This doesn't mean your cooperation must have resulted in a formal investigation, arrest, or prosecution. If you couldn't cooperate due to physical or psychological trauma, or if you were under 18 at the time, you must provide evidence to support this. Check the boxes that describe your cooperation with the investigation or prosecution of the trafficking acts and provide an explanation of how you cooperated. Use Part 7 for more space if needed.
Remember, even if your cooperation didn't lead to formal action, clear documentation of your efforts to assist authorities is incredibly important. If you couldn't cooperate due to trauma, include evidence to support it.
Part 5, family members involved in trafficking. In this section, you must indicate if any of your family members are believed to have been involved in the trafficking acts you were a victim of.
Important note, if any of your family members were involved in the trafficking acts that made you eligible for T non-immigrant status, you cannot apply for a derivative T status for that person. Basically, the bad guy does not get the benefit. So if a relative of yours was bad and caused you to be in this situation, you can't now file and include them as a beneficiary. Even if they've changed and reformed, it doesn't matter. Absolutely not allowed. Additionally, USCIS will not grant immigration benefits to a family member involved in human trafficking.
It's important to be clear in this section, as family members' involvement in the crime could affect other family members' eligibility for immigration benefits. Part 6, Attestation. In this section, you must sign and date the form as the law enforcement official completing this supplement, identified in Part 2 of Supplement B. Your supervisor must also provide their name, sign, and date this supplement. Remember, Supplement B must have an original signature. Photocopies of a signed statement or typed names are not accepted. It's crucial that this part is signed correctly, as an incorrect signature or document can delay the application process. Part 7, Additional Information. If you need more space to provide additional information, you can use the space provided in Part 7. If that space isn't enough, you can make copies of Part 7 and submit them with your supplement or attach an extra sheet. Remember to write or print the victim's name and A number, if available, at the top of each additional sheet. Also, include the page number, part number, and item number your response refers to, and sign and date each extra sheet. It's important that everything is complete and valid. Now, Immigration Nation, if you ever have more information to share, or if you need to withdraw or change anything related to Form 1914, Supplement B, you can do so after submitting it to USCIS. If the case changes, due to new information, or because the victim is no longer cooperating in the investigation or prosecution, the agency can send additional information to USCIS. To do this, send a letter on official letterhead to the following address: USCIS Vermont Service Center, 38 River Road, Essex Junction, Vermont 05479-0001.
Remember to include victim's name, birthday, and a number if available. If you need to make changes, USCIS will allow the victim to add the new information. For more details about the process or any questions you have, feel free to stay in touch with us for support throughout the whole process. You're not alone in this. The T-Visa application, along with Supplement B, is a big step toward a safer and brighter future. We're here to support you at every stage, providing information, resources, and the community you need to move forward. Don't hesitate to subscribe, follow, and comment on what you'd like to learn about on your immigration journey. Together, we can overcome any obstacle. Remember, we're in this together. Hey, did you like the video? I invite you to watch another video where I share more tips on how to protect your reputation as an immigrant. Until next time.